call our April meeting to order, and we welcome the 3 people in the audience, and we're glad you're here. And you've all been here before, so you know why we're here, but we are glad you're here and look forward to hearing from you. The first item on the agenda is approval of the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Okay, our first item of new business is the request of Brookmont Evangelical Presbyterian Church to install a sidewalk at 2312 Rivermont Avenue. And Mark, if you would just come up to that chair right in front of you and tell us your name and address and explain what you all want to do.
Okay. Mark Smith, 1801 Parkland Drive, and I'm representing Vermont Evangelical Presbyterian Church. Do you want me to present? Or?
Just,
okay. A fairly simple presentation compared to some of them that y'all get. There was a sidewalk there previously. It was all damaged due to there were large trees in the front yard that damaged the sidewalk beyond repair, and over the years just deteriorated on the top, freeze-thaw with throwing chemicals on top of it. So it got removed, I'm not sure which year, 2017 maybe, I can't remember the date. But I submitted several pictures, photographs of where it was previously, and it's obvious where it's supposed to be. The width is the same width that was there originally. The length is the same. The material I'm using is concrete. It was concrete there before. I'm going to use a color additive in the concrete similar to what it did down at Craddock Terry, which is in one of these, is in that photograph right there that you've got up on the screen, and use either a dimple texture to it or drag a light broom finish across it. But it'll be a more of a grayish tan color. One of the photographs I sent was what the city's been doing, which is that photograph, which has a little bit more red in it. And I feel like the gray tan is going to be more my liking, which is what we used down at the Craddock Terry. So that's really about it.
When they took up the old concrete, what did they put in replacement?
Grass.
Oh, well, what's there now?
Grass.
Oh, I thought it looked more like brick in some photographs. Maybe not.
Yeah. I mean, there's grass there now. I think at one time they took and just
Well,
put
that
some.
photograph looks like bricks, doesn't it? No?
I don't think it was brick. I think it was concrete, but, you know, I didn't touch it, so I don't know. It's
But
what I
you're
remember.
gonna take all that up.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing there now.
It's all
grass.
Yeah. So,
And you can
comments?
see that there's concrete leading up to the public sidewalk from
Right.
Rivermont as well.
You put the shrubs back in as well.
No shrubs.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mark. Our second and last item, which is hard to believe, is the request of Mila, and I don't remember how to say, is it Westine?
Westine is good. Mia Westine.
All right, thank you. And we're happy to have you back, and if you will tell us what it is that you are proposing.
Okay. In review of the website, it said pea gravel was okay. I've gone through a whole whack load of things that we kind of discussed and tried to price out, and if we can do the pea gravel, move the gravel that's there and put pea gravel. Now, on the website, it specifically says brown. Is that a requirement?
Think it
I think,
generally comes brown
Yeah.
to white, tannish white.
yeah,
Kind of in the
Yeah.
middle.
I don't,
Okay.
shades of brown tan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure, because I've seen the smaller in gray, and I don't want to buy gray and then get in trouble for getting gray. Just want to
even
make
the-
sure that we get the right.
I think the gray is as well a colored stone. It's not bright white or, I guess, doesn't look like number 57, the gravel that you see on the highway.
That's what 57 is.
Yeah, which is, got that. I mean, you want to be as far away from that as you can visually.
That's
so,
gray,
Yeah.
so not gray.
So if,
So we're back to not gray.
if you
Okay.
could,
I don't have any clue what I should have called the gravel people. I've been calling the go-between guy,
yeah.
the
Yeah,
delivery
typically the
guy.
round river rock is going to be in the tan
Okay.
range
Okay.
as opposed to gray. They don't generally
Okay,
come
I
gray.
have no idea. I probably should have done
Let
that.
me ask, can Mia bring a sample to you to get approval? This is okay? I don't want you to put something down that people question a second time.
Okay,
Is that something that's allowed?
Yeah, you can send me a picture.
okay.
In this picture on the left, whose car is that? Is that the neighbor's car or your car?
So the Jeep belongs to the house, and the little bitty car belongs to the house.
So straight ahead from that gray car is your property?
Right, so in the picture on the left, there is the gravel, and then you'll see where it kind of, there's a line there where grass would be. And then, so from that, all the way over to those tree bushes or whatever, that's our property.
You don't park on that side? Is it too steep?
Yeah, it's really steep there.
Well, I know that the one here, slide 5. Yeah, that looks pretty, is it like that on that side?
The other side, that's steps to the basement, so there's no like,
Oh.
and yeah, it
There's
is.
no place to drive?
There's no place to drive through, there's like,
Yeah,
that's
but
where
we
people
we
go.
went, she was here last month and went through fairly the options.
Yeah.
But there was parking on one side of the house, you said.
There is, if you go back to that one picture, there's, yeah, so
There's that
originally,
parking.
if you can see where the garbage can is, and then there's like the, whatever that little pretty is, the parking ended there. You can probably show one of those pictures that had grass.
Yeah, number 4.
There, you can see some.
I guess it didn't even go that far, so it was just one little parking
Yes,
pad.
there's only
little-
one off-street parking, and the rest was, the on-street was kind of obstructed by like retaining walls and stuff, so. That's why it was extended into the other side of the yard.
There's really just no place else to park, because, a guest can park on the street for like, 20 minutes or something, but other than that, a car would come past and they would, quickly be banging on the door, I can't get past. So, yeah.
It is a very narrow street. I drove by this morning.
I'd make a motion to approve with the suggestion that you run the color of the stone by Eve before buying and installing,
Okay.
just from that standpoint.
And is it to remove what's there?
Yeah, to scarify what's there and put the pea gravel as a topping.
I'll second that as well.
Other questions, concerns? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
So what happens after that? I'll send her a picture, and she says, yeah, that's what we're looking for, and then what?
She will send
You
you a
would-
letter that says says you're approved, or Eve, you tell me.
Yeah, I'll send you the approval in the morning, and then as soon as you have the picture of the color, you can send that to me, and then I can approve it. And then you should, as quickly as possible, put the pea gravel down so that your zoning violation can be closed out.
Okay, and then what happens after that?
What do you mean?
You get to do it, the work, and it's done.
Okay. I also had another question. I'm at the mercy of the guy with the truck. So, like, what, because you're saying do it as quickly as possible. He has known about it for weeks, but whether I'm actually on the schedule, because that's how.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to show up in 2 weeks and go bam, bam, when you getting this done.
Okay.
I mean,
You can check with Ben and I in the morning, if you can call him and see what the schedule looks like for him, and then we can kind of go from there.
Okay. I have another random question. Now, please don't.
We
Now,
might
I
have
was-
random answers.
So when I was sitting here reading the paper that you had up here, it said, if a property is eligible for historic designation but not yet designated, when the federal funds, blah, 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 blah. That is for something that is not but wants to be. How about a house that is and does not want to be? Because like our house is from 1950, is there a way of not zoning? Because the house next door isn't that old either.
I'm going to venture a guess, and I'm going to say no, because your house was, it was indicated that your house was a contributing structure to the whole neighborhood, built in 1910, I
Yeah,
think.
when the historic district was established, the people from the Department of Historic Resources, or whoever was doing the.
So the grass that was there, because there wasn't a house, it wasn't built in 1950, so the grass that was there.
But the historic district wasn't established until
Yeah.
70s?
Yeah.
Yeah, much later after the house was built. So they go through and they say, this house is called a contributing building in the historic district. And typically, it's anything that's 50 years old or older when the.
I'm really that old, and so I just think 1950 is not really that long ago.
But in theory, 70 years ago, so when so it is considered contributing, so that it, there's no way to uncontribute it.
Okay. I was just, I saw that if it's not, if it's not on, it can be. I just thought I would ask if it's on and it can be.
Yeah,
It
and that,
actually looks like your house was constructed in 1935, and then DHR records have it around 1910, so I'm not sure, where are you pulling the 1950 from?
It was actually one of the members, he's the one that brought it up at the last meeting. I was
Yeah,
like,
so it's actually older than 1950s.
Okay. Maybe it was something, I don't. He was the one that said that. He says, that was the very first thing. He says, I'm wondering, well, the house, that was, and I don't remember. I don't think he's here.
It must have been
Mike
mine,
Ariaga, yeah. And it does have a little bit of a look of, a post-World War II house that could have been built in the 50s, 60s. But
Gotcha.
yeah, obviously older.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I had another question. The trees that were cut in the back, that I'm sure were part of the historic, they cut all the trees. They're not on our property, but they were like right there, and we were enjoying those trees. That's not historic trees?
Yeah, generally, well, I guess, that property behind you is not in the district. Is that a true statement, E?
Which property are you referencing?
Really, just the empty grass.
So in this area?
Yeah.
So this is in the historic district, but we don't regulate plants usually.
Yeah, we bought that, and it has such nice trees, and I was like, oh, this is so nice. Not to weird you out, but you could have gone out in your whatever, and just, there was all those trees, and we came, they were going, yeah, and I was like, ugh. So anyway, I was just curious about trees. All right, I think that's all the questions. I will send my picture in, and we'll get approval, and then I will see if I can get a time frame from the construction person, or whatever it's called, the contractor. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Shelley,
Thanks
thank
for
you, good luck.
coming.
Hey, Eve,
Yes.
how do I find that website or that software? Is that?
Oh, GIS, you can find it on the city website. The city website.
It's called GIM?
Yeah.
GIS.
Yes.
So you can look up any property in the city. Parcels,
Yeah, it's
everything
kind
in
of
there.
cool.
It's good
I didn't know
information.
that existed.
Yeah. And when you look up the properties, you can see if they've had, like HPC submissions in the past as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is there any other business?
Mm-mm.
If not, we're adjourned.